Hello, it's me, Ali. This is my channel War and Innocence, and this is an Afghan story. The world has its eyes fixed on the country, but they're seeing only what the Taliban wants them to see. The rest of Afghanistan is being left unheard, and that silence is deafening. It's about silent echoes. But don't get scared, because it's not a horror story. No, sir. It's the story of life. Real life. And when it comes to life, we all have a right to narrate our own stories. But here's the thing. When bombs are falling, voices often get drowned out. That's what's happening in Afghanistan. Maybe her brother will train Fawad to become a fighter. Maybe he will teach Fawad how to handle a gun. But Fawad's aunt and uncle have a different plan. They send him to a madrasa. Madrasa is a religious school. Here Fawad is taught the Quran. He's told stories of prophets and peace. Basically, his mind is being washed. His uncle wants to make Fawad a suicide bomber. The Americans might be gone, but their exit hasn't brought peace. He says the Haqqanists are holy warriors, that they will liberate Afghanistan from the infidels. He's hungry, he's thirsty, but he's determined to stay away from the training camp. One day he's spotted. The fighters see Fawad in the forest, and they come out chasing him. By now, Fawad is weak. He can barely run, so he hides behind a log. The fighters pass by. They're looking for him, but they do not see him. Once they're gone, Fawad makes a run for it. Oh. He saw the war up close. He was trained to become a suicide bomber. The very thought of it is scary. Experts say this kind of trauma can stay with a person for years. It can lead to depression, anxiety, and even post-traumatic stress disorder. He walks into a nearby village, and luckily he finds some kind people who take care of him. He has his mother's love and the support of the journalist. Their narrative is being pushed by the likes of Al Jazeera and the BBC, but there are other stories too, stories that deserve to be told. Stories of bravery, of hope, and most importantly, stories of survival. Because these children of Afghanistan will need more than weapons to win the war. They will need education, healthcare, and most importantly, a childhood that they've been denied for so long. But what about other boys like him? There are thousands of them in Afghanistan. Instead of weapons, give them books. Instead of tanks, give them bicycles. And instead of bombs, give them a future. Some have lost both parents to the war. Some have lost limbs. Some are orphans. They're living with relatives. They sleep hungry, sometimes with an empty stomach. They feed him, make him new clothes, and most importantly, they tell him he's not alone. Fawad listens to all of this. He watches his comrades train with assault rifles. He watches them throw grenades. Fawad is horrified. He does not want any part in this. Suicide bombings are on the rise again in Afghanistan. Who are the suicide bombers? And the mother's desperation touches her, so she decides to help. Together, they put up a banner. It says, "We are looking for our son." Then they take it to the streets, to the main squares of Kabul. Mostly young men. It's mostly under the age of 30, and it's not about money. But here's the thing. Fawad's ordeal is far from over. He's rescued, but his trauma will stay with him forever. Some boys Fawad's age have joined the Taliban. Others have joined the resistance. Some have picked up guns. Others are fighting with their bare hands. Fawad is still not sure what he wants to do. All he knows is he does not want to be a fighter. It was founded by Jalaluddin Haqqani. He was an ally of Osama bin Laden. She asks the teachers. She asks her brother. She even asks the local Taliban commander. Nobody knows where Fawad is. After weeks of searching, she gives up. She's about to leave her home again, step back into the war zone to look for her son. Even today, the Haqqanis are loyal to the core. They believe in waging jihad against the West. They also believe that Afghanistan should be run according to Islamic laws. That's what they call the Taliban Emirate. The Haqqani network is on the United Nations terror list. Its leaders have been sanctioned by the US, the European Union, and the United Nations. In fact, the war is getting worse. Every day, there are attacks, roadside bombs, assassinations, suicide attacks. It's the story of a boy who refused to pick up arms. His name is Fawad. He is 12 years old and lives in Kabul. Fawad's father was a soldier. He fought for the Afghan National Army. On October last year, he was killed in action. Since then, Fawad has had enough of the war. He does not want to be a soldier like his father. Instead, he wants to be a doctor, wants to save lives, not take them. And in the crossfire, ordinary Afghans are bearing the brunt. We've been telling these stories for weeks now. The human cost of the war, how ordinary Afghans are coping with yet another humanitarian crisis. Tonight, we go beyond the headlines to bring you a story of courage and hope. His mother agrees. She too is tired of the bloodshed, but Fawad's uncle does not agree. His name is Syed Aga. He believes that every man must carry a weapon. She does not want to lose another. Now you may think this is just another household in Afghanistan. One man preaching violence, the other preaching peace. Well, it is. But it's also a microcosm of the entire country. Afghanistan is polarized. There's violence all around. Ordinary Afghans are caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. It's his birthright. It's his duty. According to him, this is a jihad. This is a holy war. Every able-bodied man must participate in it, at least become a suicide bomber. But Fawad's mother disagrees. She has lost one child to the war. So here's what Fawad's mother does. She sends her son to live with her sister. Now for a moment, let's understand why. And if you're thinking this is an Afghan problem, well, think again. This is a global problem. Young men, mostly from poor families, join extremist groups in countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria. They become foot soldiers of terror. But coming back to Fahad, his uncle takes him to a training camp. It's run by the Haqqani network. This is a notorious group. Fawad's uncle tells him all of this is in the name of religion. One day he tries to escape from the camp. He runs away into a forest. Days turn into weeks. Fawad survives on berries and grass. There are others like him, children of the war. In the meantime, his mother is frantically searching for him. She goes to the madrasa. On the way, she meets an Afghan journalist. Her name is Bahar Jalal. She too is looking for a story. And this is where Fawad sees the banner. He recognizes his mother. He runs towards her. The two embrace. It's a reunion straight out of the movies. You see, he witnessed the death of his father. Fawad is lucky. So here's what I want to say. Yes. Afghanistan's story is being written by the Taliban. Afghanistan is known as the graveyard of empires. Great powers have tried to rule it, but they've all failed. Perhaps it's time to try something new. This is an Afghan story. I'm the host. This is my channel, and I'll see you tomorrow.